Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to carry on with this very delayed group 4 of book 1 of Dozen a Day. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and if you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up. Also, I offer online piano lessons if you're looking for one. There's going to be information below. So in the previous videos we learned the group 1, group 2, group 3 exercises. In this video we're going to learn the 12 exercises in group 4. Now, most of these exercises really work around the distinction between major and minor chords, major and minor sounds. So the notes are going to be the same in most of the exercises, but in different patterns. As with all of these exercises, start very slowly. Make sure the technique is the primary focus of your practice, not just sitting there and repeating endlessly. Pay attention to the key attack, to the hands, to the sound, to the evenness, and when you can play it well, play it for a few weeks and then carry on to the next one. You can do 2-3 a day, but I wouldn't advise doing all 12 every day. It's just a little bit too much. If you know them perfectly well, you can use the 12 as a warm-up, but in the learning stage, I think 3 a week is enough, or 3 a couple of days, depending on how much you practice. Number 1, deep breathing. So we're going to build chords, the primary chords of C major. I play it first and then I'll talk you through it. We first play the chords in a broken chord pattern, then we play it as a blocked chord, and the deep breathing is referring to the heaviness of the blocked chords. The whole arm is channeling energy, the shoulders, the arms, into those very deep key attacks on those notes. When you play chords, just make sure the hands stay very rounded and the 3 notes of the chord go down perfectly together, instead of like some fingers being delayed. So playing with the fingertips, round fingers, relaxed hand, and focusing lots of energy into those chords. So let's start. The first chord is C, E, G. So middle C, right hand, left hand an octave down. C, E, G, and then all together. 1, 2, 3. So heavy key attack and accuracy between the 6 notes. The second chord is G7, which is the 5/7 chord. B, F, G, and all together. Back to C, 1, 2, 3, G7, and back to. The left hand is tied, the right hand comes an octave higher to the high C, and that's number 1. Number 2, walking on a sunny, then a cloudy day. So here now we have the major and the minor chord. Let me play it first. So the first and second lines are exactly the same, but in the second one we have an E flat instead of the E's, which turns it into C minor. The first one is in C major, the sunny day, because we associate major with happy, and the cloudy day is the minor one. First we have a 5-note scale going up and down, and again we have a blocked chord. So starting both hands in the C position, we play beautiful legato, going up and down, very clean legato, making sure the notes are not sticky. And we have a little bit of a wrist circling going on here. So as we go up, the thumb is going to move towards the outer fingers, and as we come down, the thumb moves back. So the wrist is doing a lateral motion to follow the melody. And this is to create a more musical sound and also to take off tension from the hands. So starting, again, accuracy between the 2 hands. This is unison. So both hands are playing the same notes. Make sure they go down together instead of. Okay, so. The full chord and another one. The second one is the exact same, but you have to position finger 3 onto the E flats. C, D, E flat, F, G, F, E flat, D, C. And there we are. So again, very focused chords and beautiful legato in the 5-finger melody. Number 3, skipping on a sunny, then a cloudy day. Exact same as the previous, but instead of stepwise motion, we're going to have skips followed by blocked chords. start again in the C position, but this time we're going to move 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. So skipping between the notes and making sure again the legato is very, very clean. The hands are rounded and we beautifully move through these thirds. And then a heavy chord, another one. So lift up the hands and a strong downbeat. The second one is the same but with the E flat. And we move up to the C and down an octave to the C. Number 4, cartwheels on a sunny then a cloudy day. We have the same chords, broken chords C major and C minor, but we're going to learn here about crossing of the hand. So the left hand is going to cross over the right hand. Whenever I teach these hand crossing exercises and broken chords, broken between the two hands, I always say, think of a wave in the sea. So the wave starts in the left hand and it carries on into the right hand. It's not two separate broken chords, it's one broken chord that starts in the left hand and carries on in the right hand. So they should feel like one continuity. Many times I hear this, where there's a clear break between the two hands. So you want to start a nice rounded motion as the left hand comes up, the right hand goes down, and the left hand very slowly in a rounded motion goes across the right hand. So, C, and timing that landing on the C so it's perfectly on the third beat. So first two bars are a C major chord, C, G connecting through C, C, E, G connecting through C, then C minor with the E flat. And coming up to the high C. So the key thing is when you go from the last note of the left hand to the first of the right, connect those in a legato manner. And also the crossing of the left hand should be a smooth, continuous motion, not an abrupt motion. Number 5, jumping on a sunny then a cloudy day. So we have staccato chords and finger staccato here with the same C major and C minor chord. As you can see, most of the exercises stay in this C major and C minor chord. So let me play it first. So we've got two kinds of staccatos. Let's first just have a look at the notes. So C major, 1, rest, 1, rest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when we have staccatos on the chords, it's going to be a forearm staccato. So the whole hand is bouncing up with lots of energy and accuracy again between the three notes. When we have single note staccatos, we call those finger staccatos. It's more like a flicking motion. We flick the keys and we don't bounce up too much. It's mostly coming from the fingers, not so much from the arm. So almost imagine there's a bit of dust on the keys and you want to flick it off. So heavy, bouncy staccatos, finger staccato, and hold. C minor chord with the E flat, finger staccato, and there we are. Number 6, running on a sunny then a cloudy day. So again, going through the 5-note scale, first in C major, then in C minor with the E flat. Again, here the wrist circles are going to be very important. As you go up, move the wrist. As you come back, it moves back. So the wrist is following that melody, rising and falling. Accuracy between the two hands, playing with the fingertips, rounded fingers. Lift. And as you go up, you can do a slight crescendo, getting louder. As you come down the scale, you can do a slight diminuendo. Number 7, walking pigeon-toed. Now this one is preparing you for chromatic scales, so we're going to do a crossing. Let me play it first. You can play this legato or detached, it doesn't really matter. The point is, we don't play the CD with 2, 1. We're going to play it with 1 and 2. So crossing number 2 over and then 1, 2. So we're doing crossings with both hands. So C, D, E, D, C, D, E, D, C, D, E, D, C. Very simple, but making sure you cross over. So don't play it with 2, 1, play it with 1, 2 or 1, 3. Both of them are good. Number 8, wiggling toes. Now here is a very short chromatic scale. So first we had the right hand, then the left hand, and together is the same thing all 3 times. So what we have here is a chromatic scale means you play every single note in order. So all the blacks and all the whites without leaving anything out. This chromatic scale only goes from C to D. So C, C sharp, D, D flat, C, C sharp, D, D flat, C. D flat and C sharp is the same, but on the way up we prefer to use the sharps and the way down the flats. Now the most important thing with chromatic scales is that you always have to put 3 on the blacks and 1 on the whites. So 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. Again, curve the fingers, but the black keys are raised higher, so we have to make sure the thumb, when it falls onto the white key, is not too heavy and not too loud. So keeping the sound and the speed very even, and again using the arm to navigate these notes, not keeping the hand in a stiff position. Left hand the same. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. Hands together. Start very slowly and you can go quicker and quicker, making sure it stays nice and even. Number 9, See-saw. Very simple exercise, 4 note scales, the right hand is rising, the left hand is falling. Again, try to think of this as one hand, which is divided between up and down, but don't think of them as individual groups which have to be separated like this, because then you're going to insert rest, which we don't need, or a little break or a gap. So think of it as a continuity, and as you rise, you're going to do a wrist circling going up, and as you fall, the wrist is going to come down. So the thumb is always moving in the direction of the melody. Again, play with the fingertips, and you can do a crescendo on the way up and the diminuendo on the way down. So slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, lifting the hand between the phrases. So make sure the hand lifts up and you're not holding on to the F. We don't need that. So as soon as you get to the F, you lift up and then a nice downbeat again. Beautiful 4 note scales. Number 10, peeping between the knees. This one is for finger independence. Let me play it first. So, as you could hear again, the first line is right hand, second line left hand, exact same, and the last line is hands together. Now, finger independence exercises usually make certain fingers stay down while you play with other fingers, so that allows that finger to move independently of the ones which are being held down. We're going to put the hand into the CG position, 1, 5 on the CG holding, and playing number 3 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Whilst holding down 1 and 5. and making sure we play that with the fingertip and we lift the finger high. So we really move that finger 3. Now don't put too much pressure on 1 and 5. You don't need to push it like, you know, causing pain or tension in the hand. Try to keep it relaxed, but really focusing on holding them down. Don't let them come up like this. So as soon as the 3 goes down, 1, 5 comes up. Don't do that. Hold it down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Left hand. Hands together, concentrating so they're really accurate in between each other. Very light staccatos in this one, just almost like bouncing a ball, but not heavily. The left hand is doing octaves all the way through. If you have small hands, you will have to really memorize where the hand is moving between the 2 C's. If you have bigger hands, you can keep 1 and 5 on the C's, so you don't need to move your hand so much. But if you have smaller hands, you will need to do this. Moving, which is much harder because you have to memorize the distance and always land on the right note. So left hand is basically bouncing back and forth between the C's very lightly, and the right hand is doing thirds, E-G and then F-E. So make sure the 2 notes go down perfectly together. 1, rest, 3, rest, 1, rest, 3, rest. And when you put it together, then you're going to make sure the 2 hands are in perfect sync, very light, bouncy staccatos, relaxed hands and curved fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. Number 12. Fit as a fiddle and ready to go. Last piece in each group is kind of a short song-like piece. We have some words and a melody in the right hand and some chords in the left hand. Left hand chords are C major, C major, G7, C major, C major, C major, G7, C major. Again, make sure the chords go down very accurately, rounded fingers and the 3 notes perfectly together. The right hand has a lovely melody of stepwise and skipwise motion, and we have some 8th notes and quarter notes, so watch out for the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. In the always stay, we have 2 very short slurs. You can separate those if you want to. Now when you put these hands together, make sure the chords are quiet and the melody is louder, because we want to balance the melody against the accompaniment. So 1, 2, 3, instead of. So make sure the chords are not too heavy and not overpowering the right hand melody. If you have any questions about these 12 exercises, leave them in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this little guidance. See you soon.